Hey dear students, welcome back to e-learning platform of JS College of Commerce, Vietnam. I'm Assistant Professor Rajeshwari Sharma and this lecture is for the BCom Sem 2 for the subject Business Economics. So here in today's lecture we are going to deal with a topic price and output determination in a monopolistic competition market. In last lecture we have seen what's the meaning of the monopolistic competition market, what are the features of the monopolistic competition market, right? So in today's lecture we are going to see how the price and output is determined under the monopolistic competition market, and in long run what kind of profit the gets to them who are working under the monopolistic competition market. Okay, so first of all we know that in every market we find three situations. First situation is of supernormal profit, second is of normal profit, and third one is of losses. Okay, so if you're going to talk about the monopolistic competition market as well, you're going to find these three positions, these three situations. So we are going to deal with it one by one. First one we have is supernormal profit. So in supernormal profit, what happens? Your average revenue is greater than your average cost. Okay, so we have dealt with it in detail while discussing the perfectly competitive market. Okay, conditions are in the perfectly competitive market. So now we are just going to see the graphical representation of the situation. Okay, so this is the graph for the supernormal profit. Here, first of all, what we are going to do, we are going to find the equilibrium position, because for in any situation, for determining any situation, first of all we need to decide the equilibrium condition, and we know there are two conditions for determining the equilibrium of firm under any market. So what are those two conditions? First condition is MR should be equals to MC, means marginal revenue should be equals to marginal cost, and the second condition is your marginal cost curve should cut your marginal revenue curve from below. So these are the two conditions which are required for achieving the equilibrium condition. So we are going to draw the equilibrium position. Okay. So as it is a monopolistic competition market, so what is going to be the demand curve of this market? How is going to be the demand curve of this market? See, when we talk about the elasticity of demand in the monopolistic competition market, so it is relatively elastic. Okay, it is relatively elastic. Why it is relatively elastic? Because we have seen that in monopolistic competition market, for each and every product, the close substitutes are available. Like I have given you the example of soap market. If you are using Dove and the prices of Dove soap has been increased, so you can shift to other soaps like Lily, okay, Lux, Dettol, etc. So under monopolistic competition market, what happens? For each and every product, there are close substitutes which are available in the market, and that is why the demand for the products are relatively elastic. Okay. So what happens when the demand is relatively elastic? If you are going to change the price, if you are going to increase the price, so percentage change in demand would be greater than the percentage change in price. Say if you are going to increase the demand by, increase the price by 10%, okay, so here your demand will decline by more than 10%, it might be 20%, 30% or anything, okay. So this way, under the relatively elastic demand, what happens? The percentage change in price is always less than the percentage change in demand is always greater than the percentage change in price. Okay, means the demand reacts more than the price over here, and that is why under such market having such type of elasticity, you are going to get demand curve a flatter one. Okay, you are going to get the demand curve which is going to be the flatter one. So that is why demand curve in case of monopolistic competition market would be like this. Okay, so this is the demand curve as well as average revenue curve as well as price curve for the monopolistic competition market. Okay, after that comes down more faster than the marginal revenue, and it can also become negative. That is why here you can see this marginal revenue curve, which is also a flatter one. Okay, which is also a flatter one. This is also a flatter one. Okay, so this is the marginal revenue curve. Now we know what needs to be done for achieving equilibrium condition. For achieving equilibrium condition, we have to draw marginal cost curve. Okay, so this is the marginal cost curve. At this point, this marginal cost curve is cutting this marginal revenue curve, and that is why it's going to be equilibrium quantity, equilibrium output. Okay, and when we are going to join this curve with AR, so we are going to get equilibrium price. Okay, we are going to get equilibrium price. So OQ is the equilibrium quantity, and this OP is the equilibrium price for OQ. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to draw the situation of supernormal profit. Okay, and in case of supernormal profit, the average revenue is greater than the average cost. Okay, so here we are going to draw the average cost curve. How is going to be our average cost curve? It is a U-shaped curve. Okay, so here it is a U-shaped curve, which is called the average cost curve. So this is the cost. Okay, this is the cost. Here what you can see, for producing OQ quantity, we require OC cost. Okay, for producing OQ quantity, we require OC cost, and after selling that OQ quantity in the market, we are getting OP revenue. Okay, we are getting OP revenue. So this portion is showing the supernormal profit, because this OQ quantity has been reduced at OC cost. Okay, OC is the cost, and this OC is less than OP. Okay, OC is less than OP, and that is why this area, that is OP minus OC, so this area PC is representing supernormal profit. This PC is representing supernormal profit. Okay, so this way, this is the condition of supernormal profit under the monopolistic competition. Now we have to see the next condition, which is going to be of normal profit. Okay, which is going to be of normal profit. So again, for drawing this condition, first of all, we will have to draw the equilibrium. Okay, so this is the average revenue curve, which is the flatter one. This is also called demand curve or price line. Then this is the marginal revenue curve. Okay, again it's a flatter one. After that, this is the marginal cost curve. We know that when the marginal cost curve cuts the average marginal revenue curve from below, so we get equilibrium output. Okay, so here it is the equilibrium output, and when we are going to touch this line to AR curve, we are going to get equilibrium price. Okay, so again, this OQ is the equilibrium quantity, and this OP is the equilibrium price. Okay, now what we have to do? Now we have to draw the average total cost curve. Like here we have drawn average total cost curve. Okay, so here again, when we are going to draw the average total cost curve, so it will be at this point. Okay, it will just touch the average revenue curve at this point. So here what is happening? Here it is OC as well, means it is cost as well. So here what you can see, for producing OQ quantity, cost is OC, and by selling the OQ quantity, we are getting OP. But this OC and OP is equal. Okay, this OC and OP is equal. Okay, so there is no supernormal profit, but there is going to be the normal profit only. Okay, so when your average value is equals to your average, when your average value is equals to your you get normal profit, and this diagram is showing the situation of normal profit. After that, we are going to have normal losses. Okay, so how the condition of normal losses would be drawn. So again, you will have to draw equilibrium for this. This is the AR curve. This is the MR curve. Okay, this AR curve can also be called as demand curve or the price curve. Okay, then we are going to draw the MC curve, which intersects MR curve from below. The point at which MC curve is intersecting MR curve, okay, will become equilibrium point. So this is the point of equilibrium here. Okay, when we are going to touch this point, to this line of AR, you are going to get equilibrium price. Okay, so for producing OQ quantity, you are getting OP revenue. Okay, in case of normal losses, what happens? In case of normal losses, what happens? The average total cost is greater than the average revenue. So this is the average revenue curve, and average total cost would be somewhere like this, above the average revenue curve. When you are going to join this quantity line to this average total cost curve, you are going to get cost. Okay, cost for production. So here is the cost for production. Okay, so this is OC. Here you can see for producing OQ, you are getting OP. Okay, OP revenue, and for producing OQ quantity, you are paying OC cost. So here OC is greater than OP. So this area OC minus OP, which remains CP, okay, is representing the loss. Okay, is representing the loss. So this way, this is the condition of supernormal profit. This is the condition of normal profit, and this is the condition of normal loss. Okay. So when we talk about the short-run equilibrium under the monopolistic competition market, so a firm under the monopolistic competition market can have any of the situation in short run, but in long run, what happens? In long run, in monopolistic competition market, the new sellers can enter the market, okay, and existing seller can exit the market. So here, what will happen? The new sellers will enter the market, because of which, if the new sellers will find that the market is looking attractive, the players who are in market are earning supernormal profit, so they will enter the market. And when they are going to enter the market, so of course the competition is going to be increased. And when the competition is going to be increased over there, so those who are earning supernormal profit will start earning normal profits now. Okay, and again those sellers who are earning the normal losses in short run, they are going to leave the market in long run. Okay, they are going to leave the market in long run. So again, those who were earning supernormal profit, their profit will become the normal because the new competitors are going to enter, and those who were earning normal losses in the short run, they are going to exit the market. That is why there is going to be only those firms who are going to earn normal profit. So in long run, in monopolistic competition market, only normal profit, only the situation of normal profit can exist. In short run, all this condition can exist, but in long run, only the condition of normal profit can exist in the monopolistic competition market. So here we are done with the price and output determination under the monopolistic competition market. In next lecture, we are going to start with our next unit. Here our second unit is over. For any queries, please contact. Thank you so much.